Hey, Domestic Don, Josh Landers in the dungeon yet again. Um, Sorry, I'm burping up turmeric, apple, ginger, cum, something. Some kombucha that I've been buying that's seasonal. It's a seasonal kombucha. And what do you guys think of pumpkin spice? What do you guys think of fall flavors? Apple crisps, maple leaves. Is that something? But definitely the pumpkin is coming into fruition. The pumpkin beer, the pumpkin baking shit at Trader Joe's, the pumpkin fucking enemas, the pumpkin douche pouches, whatever it might be, right? Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. I'll take a slice of pumpkin pie, maybe around Thanksgiving, if that's available still in this world. But I'm not a big fan of the texture. I like carving pumpkins. I don't mind sticking my hand in the carcass of the said gourd. I don't mind that at all. It's not. I don't mind sticking my hand up a fucking dead chicken's ass either. That is something that I always not quite look forward to, but it doesn't bother me. I've always been like that. I've always been a kid who likes to collect dead bugs. I used to have many jars of them when I was a child. No, I didn't kill any small puppies or kittens. I did once hit a cat really hard in the back with a wiffle ball bat. My brother and I used to shoot stray cats in our backyard with BB guns, and I think one time we hit one in the eye, and I remember seeing it and kind of feeling bad at one point that I saw this stray cat. I don't know if it was a tabby. What was it? A Siamese? Is that racist? I don't know what kind of fucking cat it was, but it was a stray cat. It was a fucking mutt of a cat. What are they called? Mutt cats? Crats? Cuts? Cunts? I don't know, whatever it might be, but it had this big, like scabby, pustule, purplish thing over one of its eyes, and I felt bad that we shot it, but then I felt kind of proud because we hit it right in the fucking eyeball. And we just had a lot of them living in this broken down, what was it, Firebird, Thunderbird, Thunder Chicken, whatever it might be. One of my uncles broken down cars that he left in our backyard, and weeds grew through the fucking radiator, and that's where cats slept. And we didn't do much to get rid of them. We just annihilated them. We would torture them because we were children. We were children living up, growing up on a fucking dirt road next to across a street from a bunch of sheep. We didn't fuck them as far as I remember. I think I tried to ride one of the donkeys at some point, or a horse that was living next to us. But this is how we grew up. We grew up in the rural sticks. This is how we had entertainment. All right, it was better than phones. It's better than technology. It's better than TikTok. All right, shooting cats with a BB gun and whacking them with a fucking wiffle ball bat is a little bit more humane than with a metal aluminum bat, isn't it? Would you guys think? I think so. And I think it's a little bit more humane than a 13-year-old or 14-year-old fucking twerking their little bald balls or bald nether regions in front of the camera all day long. I think that's better. Just like Pink, isn't Pink, whatever her real name is, she's kind of got a butter face a little bit, but she's not bad. Isn't Pink in some sort of feud, or didn't she get into some feud with like a 14-year-old TikToker, or I guess the TikToker's mother, because the TikToker was dressing was scantily clad? And good for Pink, good for Pink. These fucking little twats need to be called out, and I mean twats, male and female. I'm not just calling out the females of TikTok. I'm calling out the males and the females of TikTok. And will I get TikTok? Probably. Do I have the app on my phone? I do. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to do any social media very well. This is why I have 2 Patreon members and why I have 5 listeners. My 5 loyal listeners out there. Thank you so much. But I would like to get that poll going with my 5 listeners. Pumpkin or not? Are you going to buy a pumpkin beer? Are you going to buy a pumpkin flavored cocktail over the next month or so? I don't know if I will. I like Oktoberfest. I like those types of beers from Germany, or if Samuel Adams makes one, or Sierra Nevada makes one, or whatever it might be. I'll drink those beers because I like them. I like the fall. It brings with it a crispness. Even though we're fucking again hot. It's hot again. The resident flies are loving it. The chicken shit is hot, heavy in the air. The cow shit from the fucking pretentious reserve that we live next to, nature reserve, whatever it's called, fucking hill. I don't know what it is. Fire danger, fire escape. It's wafting through the air. There was a fire that happened about 20 miles south of us yesterday. We get the lovely scent and aroma of firestorms. in this area, so it's great. It's great. We have no fucking rain. I will take the October. I'll take the fall where it is. Is it fall today? September 22nd. Is this the equinox? Is this the solstice? Look at me. Look at how Wiccan I have become. Look at me how fucking witch titty I've become of doing a podcast on the fucking fall solstice when it's goddamn fucking 92 degrees outside. Actually 83. Yesterday was 92. It was hot yesterday, and it's still hot. We're getting the fucking yin and yang, wang and dong, cheech and chong, whatever you want to say, weather lately. It's rained on Saturday. Well, misted all day. Misted enough. This is what happens in California. When it mists, we get so fucking excited because we think it's rain, but it's not rain. It's just a heavy palindrome. What the fuck is it? We just polar? What am I looking for? It's just a swastika. It's just it's a heavy mist. It's not quite a rain, but it soaks the ground. It feels good. It smells good. You get that sort of wet stone smell, and my cock gets hard at that smell. But I don't post anything on TikTok. I don't post anything on Facebook. I don't post anything on Twitter or Instagram. Go, yeah, it's right. I don't do that. I think, did I talk about that last time? I probably did, but who gives a shit? Who fucking listens anyways? I made $9 this month on Patreon. Thank you, my 2 Patreon patrons. Very nice. But it's hot again, and I hopefully it'll be fall soon. And what else? What do we have going on today? Oh, my son turns 16 tomorrow. So it's going to be maybe kind of a recap of not his life, fuck his life, but it's a recap of my life. All right, he's 16. He's lived a better 16 years maybe than I did. I have. I don't know. Is he better off than I was when I was 16 years old? I don't know. We'll see in the future. Is he going to be more successful than I am? He probably already is. Who isn't? Who isn't more successful than me? I'm in my fucking garage staring at these fucking Amazon $10 spotlights with my fucking $112 camera sitting on a fucking tote or a Tupperware of children's stamps. You know, the stamps that, like, of unicorns and fucking caterpillars and shit, or bookworms, whatever it might be, that kids like to put on blank pieces of paper. That's what my camera's sitting on. I have a stand, but the stand's not tall enough for me to put onto this computer. So am I even going to get this fucking video on YouTube? I don't know. I can't find a free video editor because I'm too Jewish and too cheap and too poor to buy an actual premium Premiere video editing software for my computer. So we'll see. If you're not watching it, you're just listening. So who gives a fuck? You can't see my ugly mug. You can't see my $3,000 grafted gums. You can't see any of the beauty before you, beholding your interest. Is that a phrase? So like I said, I'm gonna recap maybe my teen years, which were not good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like, oh my god, my teen years were the worst. Oh, it was the worst. No, I was a loser. I never pulled the trigger on chicks. I was fucking tiny, both in the pants and out of the pants. I was shy. I had no confidence, just like today. 25 years later, I'm no different. I'm no fucking different than when I was at 16, probably. I don't think that's not a good thing. I haven't grown, right? I haven't shown any growth yet, as the gurus say, because your mind is always growing. Yourself is growing. You have to grow into these perpetual moments. I don't know, whatever it means. I'm better off the cuff with my guru-isms. But let's talk about sort of a new site that I found. It's not new. I think Joe Rogan just fucking talked about it on his podcast, so it's probably wildly successful. It's the libs of TikTok. Have you guys seen that on Twitter? If you don't get on Twitter, that's fine. You could probably just look on TikTok, libs of TikTok. I don't know, or just you could find any fucking liberal person on TikTok. And it's not all about liberal people. I don't care. I'm sure there's some Republican shit on there. But what I've noticed lately is that liberals are very, very horrible people. They're just the most horrific, grandstanding, posturing douchebags that are around right now. Yeah, of course we got the fucking bobble-headed blondes on Fox. Yes, we got the fucking douchebags with weird pushed-up ski slope nose that are fucking their secretaries when they're 17 years old. I understand that. There's creeps on both sides, all right? Creeps on both sides. But what's so funny about the sort of the ironic hair coloring and obesity and the overall weakness of the sort of Portlandia look right now, and the people who are perpetuating that idea is horrific. It's laughable, it's comical, and it's most of all sad. It's most of all sad. So I've been watching a lot of those videos lately because they're hilarious. They're fucking hilarious. And what's going on lately? If you guys haven't read in the news, seen on the news, what have you, it's everywhere, of course. The missing girl, the girl who was probably killed, most likely has been killed or murdered because they found her remains the other day in the Grand Tetons of Wyoming. You have the video in Moab, Utah, where they got pulled over by the cops. That was, what's her name, Gabby Petito, and her boyfriend or fiance, something Laundry. I can't remember his name. I don't research shit. All right, I don't research shit. But what's sad is that this young 22-year-old kid, this girl, is dead. All right, she's dead. She's gone. She's dead. Most likely murdered. And her fiance, who went back to Florida, 10 or 11 days after this girl went missing, and he's probably dead. He probably offed himself. He probably killed himself. And if he doesn't kill himself, he's going to live in his life, the rest of his life in jail. That's sad too. 23, 24-year-old kid, whatever he is. And so it's ruined two lives. All right, one person has ruined two lives, or multiple lives. This girl's family is probably fucking ruined, of course. His family is probably ruined, of course. So if he did murder this girl, which we don't know yet, but if he did murder this 22-year-old girl, which it looks like that's going to happen, that's going to come out to be the truth, it's sad. It's sad on both sides. But what people are starting to now do a lot on social media is now they're starting to say, no, it's not just sad that this white, blonde, cute girl got murdered. They're not bringing the idea of the heinous act of horror that happened. The heinous act of domestic abuse, possibly. I don't know what's happening. I'm just kind of looking at it like every other layman is looking at it out there. I'm not a fucking online sleuth, all right? Soothsayer, soupy sales. But I'm not going to act like I know anything about this case, because I don't. And I'm not going to act like I have a life, because I don't. But I have more of a life than trying to fucking solve a goddamn crime through Instagram or watching YouTube, all right? I don't have the patience. I don't have the boredom in my brain to just do that, all right? I think I have, hopefully, at this age, a little bit more going for me, all right? Maybe not, maybe so, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But what people are trying to say now, or what they are saying in the sort of, especially in the liberal mindset that it seems like, is that this young girl got killed. Just keep that in your mind. This 22-year-old kid is dead, all right? And now what a lot of people are starting to come out and say is that, why is she getting so much attention? Oh, she's getting attention because she's white. She's getting so much attention because she is a Caucasian, blonde, blue-eyed female. That's why she's getting so much attention. And the man who is the main suspect is also white, all right, and young. So this is what's coming out. Not the horror, like I said, not the sort of dark recesses of our society that might happen behind closed doors that has now become opened into a social media frenzy. No, we're not talking about that whatsoever. We're not talking about a 22-year-old who has a fiance. We're not talking about these couple of young kids who are destined, or who already supposedly thought they would be destined to be together forever. All right, they were engaged. All right, and if you're 22, 23 years old and you're engaged, I wasn't far off from that age when I did get engaged. But now looking back, it's a mistake. Not saying my whole life was a mistake. Not saying my wife is a mistake. Not saying anything wrong about being engaged at a young age like I was. And looking back, I didn't think I was young, of course. But now back then, I didn't think I was young. Looking back, the sort of 2020 vision that you have when you look into your past, yeah, I was a baby. What was I doing? Why would I get engaged? Why did I think I needed to get engaged? Why couldn't we wait? Why did I have a child when I was 27 years old? I don't know. Is that too young? Fuck yes, it's too young. Is being engaged at 22 years old and having a hashtag van life experience where you're putting all your shit on Instagram and YouTube for everybody to see, is that a mistake? I don't know. I probably think so. Maybe I'm a little jealous that they did it. Where do they get the money? How do they have the money? How do these 22-year-old kids, how are they able to do a van life? With what jobs do they have? I don't know. That hasn't come out in the media yet. I haven't seen what work they do. These are the questions that I have, all right? The question I don't have is why other races who have not been as much, put in the limelight as much, for being murdered. And I know that is a case. Is racism a problem in this country? Sure. Why not? Probably. I'm sure it is. Look at me. I'm a fucking white, ugly half Jew. I am privileged, of course, right? As all would say. I'm a privileged white male in this society. So do I even know what it's like for minorities? No, I don't. But if you're going to call ugly a minority, I'm right there, motherfucker. If you're going to call someone who has really bad teeth, who has probably one of the top 10, I'm in the top percentile of horrible, horrible jaw structure and mouth tone, mouth looks. If you're going to put someone on a magazine for what not to look like when you smile, I would be there. So if I'm going to be a minority in that regard, I fucking have a say, don't I? I have a fucking say that bad mouths matter, all right? Crooked teeth lives matter, they do, motherfucker, they do, they fucking matter, okay? Don't belittle me. Don't chastise me. I am a person. I'm a human being. Don't look down upon me when I smile. All right? I know you snigger. I said. Snigger. I know you laugh. I know you make fun. I know you little kids tug on their mommy's fucking fucking cunt hairs and be like, "Mommy, why is this guy so ugly? Oh my God, he's a vampire!" Oh. I know that's what happens. All right? I take it. I take it in stride. All right, because I'm me. I'm deeper inside. I have a soul. All right, I know I'm not just an ugly smile. I am someone who matters. Okay, but why are people now? And mostly what I've seen, a lot of it is white people. Why are a lot of white people saying that we don't care about black lives, that we don't care about minority lives, that we don't care about indigenous women's lives, when we don't put those missing persons on the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock news, when we don't put those stories on the front end of CNN or Fox News or what have you? I think you guys should be proud of that. I think minorities should be okay with that. Maybe because there's not as many minorities that go fucking missing. There's not as many minorities who kill each other and try to dump the bodies off. I don't know. Am I speculating? Possibly. Does that happen? There's a lot more white serial killers out there than any other fucking minority, isn't there? So the majority of serial killers are white males. So we're right there. Do we want that kind of coverage? Do we want, as a white privileged male, that kind of stigma attached to our balls? I don't think so. I don't like it. I don't think that's a great thing to walk around with, to put on my shoulders, to put on my nice wide Viking shoulders. No, I don't. I don't think that's good. But why are we talking about this? I don't know. I don't know. It's no one. We're talking about, yeah, a girl's dead. A girl is fucking dead, and I don't want to harp on this for too long. Yes, she happens to be white. Yes, she happens to be blonde and blue-eyed. Yes, she happens to be thin. Yes, she happens to be cute and pretty and okay. She's dead. She got fucking murdered in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, all right? Do you think that's the type of exposure she was looking for when she was doing her hashtag van life? I don't think so. I don't think so. Is that the kind of exposure she was looking for when she said, "This is my fiance that I'm traveling with throughout the United States with whatever job I have and whatever disposable money that this young couple had"? No, that's not the exposure she's looking for. She's fucking dead. So why are we bringing it up now? Well, let's bring all the minorities who have been killed on the road, hashtag van life. Let's bring all the other unsolved mysteries out there who probably got killed by a domestic violator. Let's bring all these other indigenous women and minorities. No, why? Why do we want to do that? Do we thrive on death now? Yes, we do. Do we thrive on the manipulation of these young people's lost lives? We fucking totally do. So what is the point of even having people talk about, oh, well, why are we putting her on the front of the news, or the front of the newspaper, the front of the magazine? Why are we doing this? Why do we put anything on the front of the magazine that's horrific? Why do we put fucking Scott Peterson, who killed his pregnant wife? Why do we put, no, I don't remember anybody complaining to like, oh, look they got another white male on the cover of Newsweek. They got another white male on the cover of People. I didn't hear any minority complaining when O.J. Simpson was on the cover of People magazine or Newsweek in the 90s. Do you guys remember that shit? Now he's back on Twitter. Hey, I'm O.J. Here's my Twitter. You know, did that sound like O.J.? You know, we didn't talk about him in Naked Gun 2.5 with Leslie Nielsen, a white-haired man. We didn't talk about the privilege of O.J. killing his wife and beheading her fucking lover. We didn't talk about any of that stuff. We didn't talk about, oh, well, maybe we should not put minority killers on fucking Newsweek. It looks like it's painted in a bad light. All right? Is this making any sense? I don't think it is. But I don't like that. So let's listen to this. A couple of liberals on TikTok here. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna preface it. All right, this is a white chick. It looks like she's large. rotund, not large. That's bias. She's rotund. She's a rotund woman. She's got kind of skunk hair. She's got a nose ring. She's got one of the fucking bull rings. One of the the bull ring between her septum. Is that what it's called? Scrotum, septum, whatever the fuck is between your nose. She's got a ring in one of her nostrils, both nostrils. She's got a ring in one nostril, a ring in another nostril, and then she's got the fucking bull ring. All right, she's wearing a striped shirt. You can tell she's on the larger scale of things, and she's got a fucking skunk hair, like a white blonde stripe. She's Pepe Le Pew. She looks like Pepe Le Pew if they painted him white. If he did white face, if Pepe Le Pew, did he have a white face? If Pepe Le Pew, if he was not French, if he was not a creep, she would be the female version of Pepe Le Pew. All right, she even has like a fucking mimes white and black striped shirt on. Let's just listen to this. Let me see. This is the look at the tech side of this podcast. My fucking volume up. All right, here we go. Did it work out here? Yeah, of course it's not gonna work. Well, I'll keep talking until it works. What the fuck is going on? Come on. There we go.
The disappearance of this Gabby girl is fucking horrendous in multiple ways. First off, it's very clear that the only reason that y'all motherfuckers care this much about this
Y'all motherfuckers. She's got to say, oh, you motherfucker, y'all motherfucker. This chick's white. So now if you want to say y'all motherfucker, I don't know what she's pretending to be. I don't know what kind of culture she's stealing from or borrowing from. Is she wearing big hoop earrings? Is she doing that? Does she have dreadlocks? Is she doing that? What's that word called? Does anybody know what that word's called? Misgendering? No, she looks like a misgender. She looks like a non-gender. She looks like an NB. She looks non-binary. What's that called when you fucking, when you associate with a culture and you're not part of that culture or that ethnicity? What the fuck is it called? Dreamboat? Floodlights? Hashtag? What the fuck is it called? You know what I'm talking about. When you're trying to associate with another culture, but you're not part of that culture. You don't have. You're white. You're not supposed to have dreads. You're white. You're not supposed to have big hoop earrings. What the fuck is it called? I don't know. Anyway, she's doing it because she's saying y'all motherfucker, y'all motherfucker. She looks like a fucking opposite Waldo. She looks like a dark, depressed, gothic Waldo. Where's Waldo with her shirt on? It's not red and white stripes. It's black and white stripes. She's like Beetlejuice gone wrong. She's Winona Ryder if Winona Ryder ate Winona Ryder, and she's just as pasty. With more nose rings. All right, let's continue.
Is because she's a pretty little white girl, and that's not to demean her or the situation.
No demeaning going on right there. She's a pretty little white girl. Not to demean her. Not to demean her. She's a pretty little white girl, blonde, blue-eyed bitch, skinny bitch. I wish I was skinny. Oh, fuck, man. God, I wish I was skinny. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck, I'm fat. Oh, no, I'm fat. Oh, God, I'm fat. I'm laying down because I'm too fat to get up. I'm laying down on a couch talking to my camera because I can't fucking sit upright because I just had 2 bowls of Captain Crunch and fucking followed that down with a couple of ring dings. Are those still around? I don't know. Chocodiles? Fucking oatmeal cream pies? Swiss cake rolls? Little Debbie's up the fucking cooch? Whatever it might be. Alright? Let's continue.
None of y'all have this energy
Y'all.
for any of the brown, black, or indigenous women who've gone missing this year or literally fucking ever, but you care.
Alright. One, she's white. She's as white as can be. So, indigenous, black, minority, whatever she's saying. Y'all motherfucker, you don't know. Y'all motherfuckers don't know. Alright, so she's fucking perpetuating the idea that we don't care about the black, the brown, minority, indigenous, what have you, that are disappeared. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. Do we care about the white people more who go missing? Probably, maybe, possibly. In this case, yes. In this case, yes. But I remember last year, or a year and a half ago, there was a lot of shit going on with a non-white person who unfortunately died at the hands of a police officer in Minnesota. That happened, didn't it? That happened a lot. We heard a lot about that shit. And that's good because that became to the forefront of our attention, didn't it? That's not a bad thing. Police brutality against black people, things like that. I'm not chastising that. Like if she says, y'all motherfucker, I ain't going about, I'm not chastising. I'm saying there's time. This is the fucking media. Are you actually surprised at the media that they're scooping this story up? Are you surprised at the media that they're taking a white, blonde, blue-eyed, fucking chick, murdered woman, young woman, and putting that on the fucking cover? If it bleeds, it leads. It doesn't fucking matter. All right, it doesn't matter in this country. I used to teach a lot of this shit in some shitty little college, community college I used to teach at. I used to teach this shit all the time. Yes, it's always been like this. Journalism has always fucking been like that. Why are we so surprised in 20 fucking 21 with this dumb TikTok Beetlejuice fucking Winona Ryder eating bitch? Why is she surprised? Why is she surprised? Oh, I know. Because she wants to be surprised. She wants you to think she wants you to think she's more superior because she's noticing the ills of society and the ills of our media coverage on about white people. That's what she's doing. She's white, so therefore she has to grandstand. She's white, she has to wear a shirt that says, let's make racism bad again. I saw that at the gym yesterday. Let's make racism bad again. I don't know why you'd wear that shirt to the gym. All right? Yes, is racism bad? Sure, it is. It's bad. It's heinous. It's ridiculous, honestly, in this day and age, that we even have racism. Do we all have it? Do we all have inklings of it? Of course we do. But to wear a shirt when you're 65 years old, you're barely hanging on to any hair on the top of your head, and you have a little ponytail that is graying, and you're at the gym at the fucking YMCA, and you say, let's make racism bad again, and you wear that shirt out, yes, you're part of the fucking problem, especially if you're white. All right, let's continue on.
About this little white girl with a nice Instagram, don't ya?
Oh,
Also,
don't
there
you?
are way too many of you who are treating this like a fun little murder mystery for clout instead of realizing that this is an actual person who is.
Okay, what the fuck is she doing? One, her voice is horrific. It's the most one of the most annoying voices you can have. All right, it's kind of that mix, like a twang with a fucking a valley girl, a twang with like a college, a fucking California college girl. All right, y'all, and then she kind of goes like, oh my god, you got clout. Hey, did you think it's gonna be clout? You got clout, and you think y'all Instagram pay? She's got that weird. I don't mind a pure Southern accent. But that sort of what I call SDSU voice, San Diego State University voice, that sort of weird valley. That's her choking on cock. It's a bad voice. All right, it's a bad voice. So what is she doing? So now she's making fun of the people who are the online sleuths, and doing it for clout. What the fuck is she doing it for? One, you look like clout. If there was a clout, like a picture of clout, you would be it. Because I picture clout as this big pastry, this big puffy individual, this big fucking white puffball with no striations of muscles, with no even like even a figure of muscle, no musculature, right? That's what I figure. That's what I picture a clout in a definitive form, in a sort of metaphoric visual. All right, she looks like clout. If there was, because clout usually hits you like boom, it's just like thump. It's like a big, just wet ball of dough, like the fucking dough balls that I used to roll at Little Caesars, and I used to manipulate them and be like, oh, dough ball. And whenever, if you've ever worked at a pizza place, and you made dough balls, and although they're cold, it feels like a tit. It does feel like a tit. If you ever roll your own dough at home, it feels like a tit eventually. You kind of pat it, and you're like, oh, it's good. Ooh, that's a nice dough. Oh, that's a nice 10 ounce dough. Ooh. And the next time you feel up a chick, which is wrong because we're all rapists, which I might go into that in a second, because all men are rapists, of course. But if you're ever feeling a dough ball, and you're like, oh, all right. Oh, if you ever feel a tit, and then you imagine a dough ball, and you get hungry, you're like, I wonder if I could put some pepperoni on this tit, or pineapple if you go that way. Then that's what it is. All right, let's go. Let's continue on. It's like 15 more seconds.
And could be in severe danger, whose family is probably like stressed to the fucking max trying to find their kid. Obviously, I understand the power of the internet and people have come together on the internet
Oh, really?
times
Okay.
before, but y'all aren't trying to do that. You just want views.
Oh, like you. Oh, you just want. What the fuck are we? Where did we go? Where did we go wrong? What happened to us? What did we do? What we've lost our fucking. We've lost our minds. We have lost our minds, and this is something that I rail against as well. So this is okay. So that's sort of what's going on here. The Gabby Petito case, yes, horrific. There's a lot of bad shit going on. All right, I don't know if I want to look at bad shit anymore. I'm not one of these people over there. Let's see what the next fucking murder mystery is gonna be. Oh, I need a black person to follow now. Their horrific early death. I need that to follow. I want to see who killed this pretty Hispanic woman. I need that. I need minorities to be killed more. I need minorities to have this mystery of their demise. I need to get into the fucking Inside Edition story. I need to get into the unsolved mystery. I need to find John Walsh from fucking America's Most Wanted. I need to find him. I mean, John Walsh. I need a fucking Nicaraguan woman. I need a fucking Haitian woman now to be missing. All right, and I need her husband or her boyfriend or her lover of some kind who might be Haitian as well, who might be Nicaraguan, who might even just fucking give me a Thai person. I'll take a fucking Thai person, or I'll take even a light-skinned Argentinian. All right, I know they're half German. I know there's a lot of Nazis that still live down there, but I'll take a half. I'll take a half Argentinian. All right, give me a half Argentinian. Give me a Latinx. Give me a black person that's not African American. I need someone from Guam. I need a Guamese person to die. All right, to go missing, not die, go missing. That we will now be equals. All right, so we'll have Gabby Petito dead, and then we'll have this Guamese woman who's also maybe possibly dead or not, and give them the same coverage because that's what we want. That's what TikTok needs. That's what this fucking Winona Ryder eating Winona Ryder and Stranger Things. That's what she needs. All right, that's what these people need. This one might be worse. All right, so this was all about we need now more representation of minorities to be killed. That's not me saying that. That's what these people are saying. All right, we need more representation, more media coverage, God forbid, for whatever reason, of more minorities going missing and eventually their bones being found. All right, this person might be worse. Might be worse. Yeah.
Most men are rapists.
Okay. Cis? What the fuck did she say? Cis normative men? White cis normative men. We're all rapists. I'm not a rapist. All right, I'm not. I've never raped. I've never even raped myself. I violated myself. I might have tried to stick a tip of something up my smash spider just as experimentation. But I've never even raped myself. So if I can't rape myself, how can I rape anybody else? But what the fuck is she? Okay, she's got like this. I don't like to talk about people's looks because, well, fuck it. I should be able to talk about. Look, okay. So if I'm half Jew and I could make fun of other half Jew people, right? And I make fun of Jew people. Sure, I can make fun of Vikings because I'm a half Viking, so I can make fucking fun of Vikings, right? If I'm half of something, you can make fun of it. I think we've torn down that wall, haven't we? We can now make fun of half of who we are, a quarter of who we are. Elizabeth Warren is a quarter fucking Native American, or fucking 1/88 Native American, and she can run on that platform. Why the fuck not? We got fucking AOC horseface wearing a goddamn tax the rich dress, and she could wear that. And she's rich. She's fucking rich now. I know she was a bartender. I know she's kind of like in a weird fucking pseudo hot, but also want to punch her in the face kind of look. I understand that. She's got a horsey mouth, horsey face, but I'm still boner. Am I a rapist? Do I want to rape a horse? I don't know. But this woman, she's got a coif, like a rooster coif. Blondish, kind of dyed roots, you can tell. She's not, she's strange to look. She looks too close at the camera. She goes, ooh, ooh. Anybody who looks this close at the camera or films themselves that close to the camera is fucking demented. All right? If you want to look at yourself that close at yourself while you're filming this, you're she has a low-cut dress, so she has to wear a low-cut dress to make sure that we know she has tits, and all men's eyes are going to go down no matter how fucking far apart her little flat titties are. Not making fun of her small tits. I like small tits. But whatever cleavage she's showing is not the best. I wouldn't say it's the best. Do I have good cleavage? No, I'm not a cleavage expert. All cleavage is good. All cleavage is good. All saggy balls are bad. My balls are starting to fucking drop to my knees. When I go down the stairs of my pretentious fucking North Bay home, I can feel, and I'm wearing my boxers, I can feel my balls slapping. I feel a fucking bat flutter. I feel a fucking bat. I'm Batman. I got bat balls. I'm fucking Landers long balls, just like Larry David had long balls in fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm Landers long balls. I'm slapping, I'm swinging, I'm fucking bongoing, I'm fucking, what's that fucking Tonga, what's the Cuban guy? Soupy. I already said soupy sales. Who's a fucking Congo man? I don't know, whatever it is. I'm playing Congo on my long 43-year-old varicose vein balls. So I'm fucking. Of course, I'm gonna watch this TikTok. I look at her tits. All right. So she's proved herself right. All right. She's proved that all men are rapists because I'm looking at her tits. So I'm raping her through my phone. I'm raping her through my fucking phone. All right. So. All right, let's go on. So cis normative white males are all of us are rapists. Where's this podcast going? I want to talk about being 16 and fucking Jesus Christ. All right, maybe I'll go hand in hand. There we go. Dude, fucking play it.
We say we live in a rape culture,
Okay.
so unreported,
Yes.
some even unknown.
Mm-hmm.
And the way rape is portrayed and glamorized in movies and media
Okay.
misrepresents what most rape actually looks like.
All right, so I want a poll for what you like pumpkin spiced. I want to also a poll where you remember that rape has been glamorized in a movie. Has rape ever been glamorized in a movie? I remember watching some movies when I was a kid. I can't remember the name of the movie. Jodie Foster was in it. The Accused. Is that The Accuser? Is that what it's called? The rape. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, Jodie Foster was in it. She got fucking brutally raped, and that kind of stuck with me when I was young. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! There's a group of guys that fucked her on a pool table, and she was a promiscuous woman. And of course, the movie was all about, oh, she wanted it. Ooh. I never liked that fucking that male mentality. Of, oh, I'd fuck her. I'd fuck her. Let's fuck her on a pool table. That's gangbang. All right, if you're gangbanging, there's something a little off about you as a. If you're gangbanging, if you're sword fighting, if you're pissing in each other's mouth, I think you have a little tendency to swing the other way. All right, if you're watching someone else dick, if you're watching someone fuck someone else and you're enjoying yourself, and this person is being raped, there you got something wrong with you. I think. All right, I think it's safe to say there's something wrong with you. So yeah, I remember seeing that. I've never been like, oh yeah, this is fucking porn that I watch. When I watch porn, I'm watching like the most cookie cutter, the sweetest porn you can possibly find. And people are like, oh my god, you think porn is sweet? But I don't like the gagging. I don't like the fucking slapping in the face. I don't like the fucking fish hook in the mouth. I don't like any of that. It's like, oh Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with these people? So yeah, I'm not a rapist. I'm not. I can clearly say I'm a cis white normative male. Fucking Norm Macdonald, rest in peace. I don't know what that means. Fucking Norm from Cheers. What's a normative white cis male? Yeah, I like chicks. Yes, I like tits. Yes, I like ass. I'm staring at this chick's tits right now. What I can see her cleavage. She's not the best looking person in the world. She has a coif. She looks kind of like a guru. Her lips are too bright. Her eyes are too far apart. She's kind of alien-esque. Yeah, I'm making fun of her looks. I'm sorry. Make fun of mine. I don't give a shit. But I'm not going on fucking TikTok to tell you that all white women with a coif are gurus and fucking loony. And she's probably on some sort of opioid. She's never been loved in her life. She's missing something. She's missing out on some piece of her own humanity where she has to go on TikTok and tell all her viewers of how she went viral because she says all white cis normative males are rapists. Right? They all rape. They are rapists. Let's see what else she has to say. Let's see this enlightenment. She has to put a definition of fucking rape up there. Okay. All right. No. I haven't done that.
Coercing somebody into sex.
Can't. I can barely talk to a woman.
Looking or manipulating someone into having sex with you?
No. They feel. My wife has felt guilty for the last 14 years.
This kind of behavior. And if you engage in any of those things, you'll be known as a rapist.
Did you hear the music in the background?
The tip joke, funny.
Did you hear the music in the background? It's like a fucking CSI episode. Not even CSI. It's like fucking Michael Myers. Just a tip, 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 just a tip. And what did she say at the end? If you're just a tip, kind of, what the fuck does that mean? What did she say? She said something about tip. If you're just a tip kind of person, like you make jokes about just a tip, what the fuck does that mean? I remember Fun Dip. I used to put the tip of a Fun Dip in the sour apple, or the cherry flavor, or the grape. Grape was kind of the shittiest because that's like the most plain. It's like grape Kool-Aid. I mean, grape Kool-Aid's great if you're eating like soul food. I'm not being fucking racist here. Grape Kool-Aid is good, but it's probably like the least favorite of the Kool-Aids. The Fun Dip, my least favorite was the grape. I think I liked the cherry the most. Maybe the sour apple. I can't remember whatever mood I was in. But I like to tip the dip. Tip the dip. I like to dip the tip. I like to tip the dip. I like that better. I like to dip the tip in the fucking little package. I liked it. I like big. I like fucking big league chew when I was a kid. Does that mean I'm a fucking baseball player who's gonna get mouth cancer? Yeah, I guess it is. Because I'm a cis normative white male according to this coffee guru fucking lack of cleavage or lack of good cleavage or titties were too far apart. Is that bad? Or far apart tits good? All tits are good, all right? All tits are good. I don't care what tits you have, they're all great. Banana, flat, fucking scrambled eggs, flat, fried eggs. If you have scrambled egg tits, if your tits look like scrambled eggs, you should see a doctor. There's something off with you with scrambled egg tits. Jesus Christ, this is, all right, 40 minutes. I've done 40 minutes of this shit. 40 minutes of talking about this. See what happens on fucking libs of TikTok? See what happens? Just go on that site if you want to, if you just want to laugh, if you find these people comical, if you find them in any way entertaining, go ahead and do it. All right, so let's talk about 16. Yeah, so my kid's gonna be 16 tomorrow. And you know, I've been thinking a lot about when I was 16. I kind of, I mean, I remember it, of course. It wasn't, it was a long time ago. 27 years ago to be exact, when I was 16 years old. So I do remember it, but I don't remember exactly how I felt on a daily basis. I don't remember how what I was going through on a daily basis. I don't remember the hormonal changes that happened during that time. I don't remember all that shit. I just don't. I drank too much, too long over the years that I just don't have much of a memory. But I do remember the time. I remember the time frame. So that was 1994 when I was 16 years old. Was it a different time? Of course it was. So my son now is, of course, addicted to his phone, just like most other going on 16-year-olds. He's in driver's training right now. He had his first day yesterday with another driving instructor. He's been driving me to his school every single morning and in the afternoons when I get back. So he's been driving a lot. So that's normal. That's a normal side of 16 years old. So when I was 16, though, and he's a good kid. He's a good kid. Me and him butt heads, but I think that's what fathers do. And especially if you're a father that's still around your kids, and a father in this day and age, in the fucking 2021, we spend too much time with our kids. Way too much fucking time. So if anybody else is around my age, 35 plus, and have children going towards adolescence, think how much more time you've spent with your child than your parents spent with you. That is astronomical. It's an astronomical difference. And I don't care if like, oh, I have good parents. I'm still in touch with my parents. I talk to my parents. I call my mom every day. Well, you're a fucking loser, all right? If you call your mom every day and you're of a certain age, something is off with you. Something is wrong. We don't need to talk to our parents every day. We don't need to talk to them at all. And that's something I hope for when I'm older. I hope my children never contact me. You know why? Because that means they have their own life. That means they are thriving away from me, from what raised them, all right? So they're going out into the wolves rather than coming back into the fucking roost, all right? So that's what I want from my children. At some point, I want them to sever all ties with me. I want them to cut all communication and be like, you know what, Dad? You're a weird father. You weren't terrible, right? You didn't beat us. You didn't belittle us. You gave us what you could. You tried hard. You parented with humor. Yeah, sometimes you flew off the handle. Sometimes you're passive aggressive. Sometimes you're weird. Sometimes you're a strange person, Father. But you know what? You raised us well, and I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Not because I hate you, not because I don't love you, but because I have my own life. That's what I want. That's what I want my children to do. So that's the first difference that I've noticed, is raising a kid now is way different than raising a kid 20, 30 years ago. It had to be, but I wasn't my parents. I'm not my parents. I'm my own parent now. So that's what I had to, that's what I've been thinking about. How would it have been for my parents to raise me if we had all the technology we have now? So in 1994, if we had smartphones, if we had the video games that they have now, if they had the online sort of gaming community that my son is part of, or wants to be part of, or is part of, or what have you, if we can communicate with our friends through our computer and through our phones, what kind of life would we have had in 1994? I'm not saying our lives were better back then or worse. I don't know. We probably would have been exactly the same as they are now, and things haven't changed much outside of that. I don't think there's still the awkwardness of the opposite sex or the same sex. Yeah, of course we have this fucking new non-binary, pansexual, polysexual, punky Brewster fucking sexual, which I talked about last time. We have all these sexualities that are like a fad in my mind now. And of course when I'm talking to my son right now, he's, oh, I have a friend, she's bi. I'm like, she's not fucking bi. Oh, I have a friend, he's bi. He's not fucking bi. There's no way statistically this many kids in this day and age can be bisexual by nature. All right? Yes. Is there bisexual people? Sure. Is there transgender people? Sure. Is there this many, statistically speaking, that are truly actually that? I don't think so. Does that make me a bigot? Does that make me a fucking a cis white normative male to say this thing? Probably. But I don't think so. I think it's a fad. I think this whole non-binary shit is a fad. Will it go away? I don't know. Maybe it's just part of our society now. Fads become enveloped into our society at some point, don't they? I think so. I don't know. Football maybe have started as a fad back in the fucking 1920s or whatever, and now it's become a normal part of our life. Not everybody watched football in 1920 Oklahoma. Now everybody in Oklahoma fucking watches football. I don't know. Bad analogy, but you can see what where I'm going towards. So that's maybe the change that has happened. When I was a kid, when I was 16, I was a fucking little twerp. I just was. I think I mentioned that I was 5'1", 91 pounds as a freshman in high school. My son is a sophomore, and he's going to be 16 as a sophomore, early in his sophomore year. He went to a school where he had 2 years of kindergarten, not because he's a fucking retard, sorry, not because he's not smart, but he had a 2-year kindergarten. He started early, or probably the normal time, 5 years old, and he had a 2-year kindergarten program. So he didn't get to first grade until he was late 6. Right, 6 years old, and he turns 7 in first grade. So now he's going to be 18 when he graduates. I had friends who were 18 when they graduated, but I wasn't one of those. I was 17 when I graduated. I was young. I was barely 17 when I started high school, or started my senior year in high school. But when I was a freshman, I was barely 14. All right, I turned 14, then I went to freshman high school. I was afraid of getting trash canned, which we called canned. I was afraid of getting pantsed, which my wife calls D-pants for some fucking reason. It's called pantsed. Oh, I'm gonna get pantsed. Yeah, well, it is D-pantsed, but we call it pantsed. Why? I don't know. D-pants makes more sense, but my wife's a fucking retard. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She never had to worry about getting D-pantsed or pantsed. Did women get pantsed in freshmen? I never did. My pants fell off one time when I was a senior. I was opening the door for some hot chick, and I thought I was fucking Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day with my fucking dyed hair and my bleach, whatever my color hair was. I think it was bleach blonde with the roots hanging out. I didn't wash it for 9 days. I had fucking salt water from the ocean in my hair still from fucking 1984. I was wearing my dad's fucking postal pants cut off. I was wearing some ironic Hawaiian shirt from a thrift store. I had black socks. I had shitty shoes, Vans, maybe Velcro shoes. I don't know what the fuck I was wearing. But I remember holding the door open. I was an office aide, and I opened this door, and I see these bouncing tits come towards me. At least that's what's in my mind. That's what's in my vision. That's what's in my memory. Bouncing tits. I don't even know if it was a chick. I think it was a girl I opened the door for. She walked in. She said, "Oh, thank you." I said, "Ooh," and my pants fell down. I go, "Ah!" And my fucking pants fell down because I was wearing probably too loose of pants. They're my dad's pants. And he was a small guy, but he had a gut, and I was a fucking twerp. I was probably 118 pounds when I was a senior. I don't know, but my pants just whoop, they fell down. Luckily, I caught them by the fucking dick, and I caught them by the crotch, and the girl went in. I don't know if she noticed. I think she did. In my memory, she did. She's like, "Ah, look at this little Jew dick. Look at the little clipped dick. Oh my god!" Ah. And I think probably at that point I had pubes. I was 17 years old. But going back to when I was a freshman, no pubes. I had no fucking, I remember I had no ball hair. I had no armpit hair. I was like a fucking, I was like a 8-year-old girl going into my freshman year. I had like no hair on my legs. I remember I was in gym class, and they're like, "Do you have any? Where's your hair?" Like, I think so are you a swimmer? They didn't ask me that, but now that I'm thinking, like, maybe I should have lied. Oh, I swim. I'm trying out for the swim team. And they're, "Well, why no hair on your legs?" "Well, I have to shave because the pressure, the pressure of the water going against what's that word called? Pressure. I couldn't think. I wish I could have thought about it. What is that called? Viscosity, thermal breakdown, thermosity. What's it called when you fucking can't? Why do swimmers shave their balls and their armpit? Why do they shave? Resistance. Is that what's called? Hair resistance? Is that a thing? So I should have said resistance to the water and the barometer and the fucking the cuckold meter or whatever. Yeah, this is why I shaved. And my skin was glossy. It was smooth. It was without a fucking varicose. It was just polished. I was like a fucking Greek statue that was molded in bronze. Was that something? I was like Michelangelo's fucking David with a smaller cock. But I didn't grow. I didn't hit puberty. I don't think until probably 50. I was playing with fucking GI Joes at 14 years old. I was probably fucking playing with GI Joes at 16 years old. I probably still had fucking Tunnel Rat and fucking what was there Sonia? Was that the redhead chick that I had wet dreams about? Yeah, Tunnel Rat. Fucking what was the other guy's name? What are the fucking other GI Joes out there? What? That's the only two I can fucking think about. Tunnel Rat and Sonia. But I think that's when I was a kid. I think those two got together a lot. Was Sonia one of the names? Or was that fucking from He-Man? Maybe I had a He-Man. I don't know. Skeletor, He-Man, Gargamel. That's Garfield. Is that Garfield? That's Smurfs. So I think I put Sonia and the red. What are the fucking Red Baron and fucking redhead chick? I put her and Tunnel Rat. I just fucked their. I just like put them together, and I just fucked their non-sexual pelvises together, their pelvic regions. Just the plastic like. They, that's them doing it doggy style. That's them doing it missionary. And then that was me acting like Tunnel Rat was coming, or Sonia was coming while Tunnel Rat was tunneling her vagina. So but I still had like a box of toys. I still remember that. It was like a clear plastic tub. I would go into my room and I would just play. I was fucking 14 years old. So normal people in this day and age is 14. You want to think they're like, oh, you're thinking about getting laid. You're possibly thinking about college already. You're thinking your parents are fucking wackos. You caught your mom fucking beaten off with a banana the other day. So you have all these weird shit going off in your head, in your mind, and you don't know how to digest all this stuff, right? That's a normal 14-year-old. But I'm fucking playing with my muscles and fucking GI Joes and my fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing, Josh? I'm playing with my figures. She's probably like, he's beating off. I'm not beating off, Mom. I'm not normal. I don't have any. My dick's barely gets hard. I remember the first time my dick got hard was I was watching Cinemax, which we call Skinamax. Yeah, Dad has it on a satellite. The satellite we can't afford. That moves a lot in the fucking backyard. It's a huge satellite. Why do we have that? Yeah, she was rubbing strawberries on her nipples, Mom. Yes, she was. I finally did it, Mom. I'm a man. But I just didn't grow up well. I'm a late bloomer. I was a late bloomer. My son, on the other hand, I think is a normal bloomer. Is it weird when it was still weird? He fucking lifts up his armpits and it's like fucking putting a goddamn fucking muskrat in a headlock down under his armpits. Sure. Did he ask me to buy him a fucking razor for down there? I'm like, God damn it! Can you not fucking tell me that? Can you not tell me that? He's, oh, Dad, I need a razor. Okay, I'll buy your razor. He's, oh, I need one of those razors. And one time, actually, he asked me, Dad, I need your clippers. You know, my clippers for my beard and my balls, which is not a good combo. I need to get some Manscaped. So if I ever get a sponsor in this fucking horrific podcast, my 5 listeners, if you want to write letters to someone who wants to sponsor this horrific podcast, can you please reach out to Manscaped, because I think there's a good way to shave your balls. My wife still won't touch them, but it'll make me feel glossy and good, and it'll make me feel like a 14-year-old actual virgin, pre-sex. Which didn't happen for a long time after I was 14 years old. But my son asked me for a shaver for down. Oh my God! But when he asked me to use my razor, no, man, I use that on my fucking face. I don't need to have this, bitch. I don't need to have this in my mind now. Right? I'm 43 years old. I don't need to think about my nearly 16-year-old son shaving his shaving his balls with my fucking beard trimmer. So I bought him his own, and I don't want to think about it. And unfortunately, they have to him and his sister have to share a bathroom, and I feel so bad about it. Luckily, he locks the door. We have to lock the fucking door. We don't want to know what's going on in there. Willa, go use another bathroom. Luckily, now we're so fucking pretentious and so cis, white, normative, males, even my wife, is that we have 2.5 bathrooms. All right, 2.5. So now my daughter has the luxury of not watching her brother shave his balls or do whatever else, God forbid, what he does in there. She can go elsewhere. All right. So that's what I was when I was 14. A little twerp, still playing with fucking G.I. Joes, learning how to jack off without getting caught. Probably in socks. I remember there's probably socks. There's my couch potato that had a hole in it. I think I told you about that before. I think it was a brown-eyed couch potato because I've always had a thing for brown-eyed women. So I had a brown-eyed couch potato, of course, and I was visualizing brown-eyed women. But now I married what? A blue-eyed woman. See how it all falls to shit? See how it all scatters? All the hopes and the dreams you have when you're 14, 15 years old, it all goes the other way. It all goes opposite. I thought I was going to be like a fucking famous writer. So not famous, but at least a writer with books behind him, which I might still be. I'm still young enough with liver cancer. I'm still young enough, but it might not happen. I got to be realistic, but I'm still trying. I'm still doing it. I'm talking to myself alone in a garage at 3:35 on the fucking eve of my son's 16th birthday, and this is what I'm doing. I'm talking to a fucking camera that I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get on YouTube because I'm too fucking stupid to figure out this shit. But yeah, you might be just listening to it, but at least you'll hear my soothing voice. At least that's what I have. Did I have that soothing voice when I was 14? No. I remember calling a friend's house when I was 14 or 15 years old. I'm like, hi, son, I'm over there. And the brother's like, oh, there's some chick on the phone. He knew it wasn't a fucking chick, the fucking twerp, but he's making fun of me because he knew my balls didn't drop. I had a fucking high pitched voice. I can't even make my voice high pitched anymore. And now my son has my voice. So he's kind of a version of me, but a version not of me. All right, and he has to tell me, Dad, I'm not you. I know. Oh, why don't you play? I'm not you, Dad. Dad, why don't you do this, son? Why don't you like this music, boy? Why don't you like this? I'm not you, Dad. Okay, all right, that's perfectly fine. It's fine. When I was a sophomore, still same shit. I had some friends. I'm not gonna say I was friendless. I was the quirky guy, not the quirky guy. I was kind of like a class clowny kind of guy. I remember like from maybe like third, fourth, fifth grade on. Sixth grade, I was kind of a goofy kid. I was still goofy, small. I didn't grow until probably junior year, and even then I was still scrawny and skinny. But I was gaining some muscle. I was surfing a lot, bodyboarding a lot. Working out, playing sports a lot, so I was able to grow into my body a little bit, but women didn't like me. I don't think chicks like, or maybe they did. I was too fucking naive. I never learned how to talk to women. I still don't. I've been with the same woman for 20 fucking years, 22 years, for God forbid. 22 fucking years. I don't know. I've never known how to talk to women. I don't know how to, like I said, pull the trigger. So I'm sure there were some chicks who wanted to fucking suck my little Jew dick at some point when I was younger, but I didn't know how to even go for it. Be like, oh, she likes, I was like, I remember I went to a chick's house. I was probably 16, probably around my son's age. I remember I had a license, so I drove to her house. She invited me to her house on Halloween night, fucking Halloween night. And instead of getting plastered when I was 16 years old, which I started doing shortly after that on a daily, or not daily basis, but every single weekend, just going in the middle of fucking nowhere in a dirt field and just getting sloshed with all my other loser friends, who are probably still losers or maybe even more successful than me today. I don't know. But in the fucking rural sticks, that's what you did. But I remember this chick who I really, really liked. She invited me to her house. And I said, oh, and then I remember I sat on the opposite side of the couch with her the entire night. We watched The Fog, I think, the fucking original John Carpenter movie. Is that John Carpenter? We watched The Fog. And I was like, should I slide over? She went to the kitchen to get me something to drink, non-alcoholic, which is like, that's fucking mind-blowing to me that I sat there with a girl with no alcohol and I never went in. I never made the move. Could I have made the move? Sure. Do I still think about that fucking night 20 something years later? Yeah, I still fucking do. I'm like, why did I do that? Pull the fucking trigger. But already my son is not pulling the trigger, I don't think, but he's kind of at least going for it. Is he dating people that we want him to date? Not yet. We still have some questions and concerns about who he likes, and now I'm like, I think you should like someone else. That's a parent's right, isn't it? Until a certain age. Don't date that chick. Date this. You should date that. At least that's my right. I'm living vicariously right now through my son. All right, this is what parents should be doing all the time. Helicopter. This is what we should be doing, telling our children what to do because we didn't do that when we were their age, and they're gonna miss out on opportunities. They're gonna miss the fucking boat. They're gonna miss that chick that they should have boned when they're 17 years old, and when they're 43, they're gonna be like, God damn it, fuck, I should have done it. I should have fucking done it right when the fucking scary part in the fog came over. Not the fog. It wasn't the fucking fog. What's the other one? Fucking Kurt Russell. The Ice? The Deep? Oh, the Abyss? Fuck, what's it called? I don't know. Some horror movie. Some alien movie. I can't believe I'm blanking out on this. Anyway, when the scary part happened, I should have I should have slipped my hand over there. Not to be creepy, just to grab her hand. To slowly initiate. Not to be one of those guys that, yeah, I'll get the fucking tip in, bro. Tip. Did we fucking fist bump back then? No, we didn't do that. I remember one of my friends at a party came up to me and he put his 2 fingers on my nose. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Because he just finger banged some chick. Is that even the phrase anymore? He just fingered some chick in a fucking barn with a bunch of chickens and shit around. He probably fingered a chicken. And he just stuck his fingers under my nose. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that, you fucking cis normative white male? If I would have said that back then, they'd be like, you're a fucking asshole, and they would have gangbanged me on a fucking pool table. Just like Jodie Foster in The Accused. all right? And then I would be the victim, and then I would say you guys are all rapists because you're all cis, white, normative males from the fucking rural San Diego County in the sticks, and you are all pieces of shit, all right? Stop staring at my tits. They're a little far apart, just like my eyes, all right? Don't look at the coif of my hair. Don't look at my bright, bright red lipstick. It's not my fault you're looking at my tits. It's not my fault I'm wearing a low-cut dress. It's your fault, motherfucker. It's your fault because you're white, all right? And if you went missing, I wouldn't care because you're white, all right? I want my missing persons to be of color. I want my missing persons to not have any, you have to have some sort of pigment. You have to have some fucking skin tone, all right? You cannot be pasty. No pasty motherfucker goes missing, and if one pasty motherfucker goes missing, I don't want to see any fucking story about it. I don't care how heinous of the act it is. I don't care how much of a van life, hashtag van life they have. I don't care how much I've seen them on YouTube and Instagram. I don't care how cute and blue-eyed and fucking Anglo they might be. I don't give a shit, all right? I don't want to see their story. You have to have some sort of pigment, some skin tone. You have to be an eighth of something non-Caucasian. That is the only ramification, that's the only parameters that I have to watch you and your death. And to find your bones, I will be happy because at least you weren't white. All right? We followed all of that. All right? Just like the fucking pumpkins and the fucking smell of that gourd that we'll be following over the next month and a half of the fucking pumpkin spice and all that shit. I'm going to drink my fucking pumpkin spice latte. I'm going to watch CNN with this missing persons report of all the different variations, the rainbow of ethnicities and cultures that have gone missing, and I'll be happy. Fall is coming in, it's still 87 degrees outside, there's flies everywhere, it doesn't matter. I got my pumpkin spice chai latte, and I got my ethnic, fucking culturally diverse missing persons report. And that is all I care about. You guys have a good rest of the week. Wish my son a happy birthday. He's 16. He's a douchebag. I bought him a fucking strawberry ice cream cake from Cold Stone. I don't know what to get him for his birthday. He doesn't want anything about except for money that he's going to waste on fucking fast food and fucking boba tea, but that's his life. He's 16. I love you, son. I love you.